Welcome to the Life at Longview podcast, hosted by Dr. Derrick Wilson, Senior Pastor of Longview Heights Baptist Church, and our guest host today, Lisa Wilson, Special Needs Ministry Director.
Welcome to the Life at Longview podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. We have a guest host with us today, Miss Lisa Wilson. We're so glad, Miss Lisa, that you're here and able to pinch hit for Clyde. Clyde's got a sick kiddo today, and so
we've all been there.
We've all been there multiple times. So thank you for coming in.
Sure.
And we're also excited to welcome Miss Liz Jennings, who is a volunteer leader in our women's ministry. And so Miss Liz, we're so glad that you're here today to join us on to our podcast. All right, so we start with the first segment, the Where in the Word segment. And so on Sunday mornings, we finished up yesterday a brief little series entitled Run the Race. We were talking from Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 and 2 about running the race and not viewing any kind of either very positive thing in our Christian life or a very negative thing as our Christian life as a finish line. That the finish line is when we step into eternity. And so even with the prospect of paying off debt, that's something to celebrate, but it's not the finish line. We're still called to continue to press on, and we're excited about that prospect, really looking forward to being able to celebrate that, but knowing that we continue to walk after Him and to seek the Lord. And also I'm excited about a new series that'll be coming up this week. We're going to go back into the Old Testament and do a Sunday morning sermon series on a book that I have never preached in a Sunday morning series, and that's in the book of Zephaniah. So I just want to ask you ladies, have you ever listened to a complete series on the book of Zephaniah?
I don't think so.
Never. No. Like I was telling you earlier, there's that one verse that I have highlighted in my Bible.
Yeah.
About He will sing over you. So I'm excited to learn something new about Him.
I'm excited to dive into that book too. We're going to be have kind of a thought to the nations, and you see in the book of Zephaniah, who's a prophet to Israel, a prophet to the people of Judah in the days of King Josiah, but also looking beyond just restoration for that nation and a restoration for the nations to come and to be able to call upon the name of the Lord. So excited about that and what that'll mean for us as a church family. Looking forward to doing that. And also Where in the Word in our Wednesday night, our God's Big Story, we got celebration and rejoicing from some in our Wednesday night that we had finally made it to the New Testament.
Yeah.
So we started on January 1st, and it was all the way into October before we made it into the New Testament. But we are right in the middle of the Gospels, reading in Matthew and Mark about the stories that are very familiar to most all of us, the stories in the Gospel, and getting to see Jesus teaching and Jesus healing and Jesus performing miracles, and always enjoyable time in the Word with that. Speaking of Where in the Word, I tend to yap and keep going and going and going and going. But Miss Liz, tell us about with our women's ministry, not just events coming up, but what are some ways that ladies in our church can be involved in discipleship, in studies, and in some classes?
In women's ministry, the just Bible study, that is one of the most important aspects to me of women's Bible study, encouraging ladies to be women in the Word.
Amen.
And so trying to give, well, even as believers, we should be in the Word, but giving lots of opportunities for ladies to connect together, to fellowship together, for accountability. And so presently, right now, we have 2 Wednesday night Bible studies for ladies. One is called Anxious, How to Battle Anxiety with the Word of God. And then we also have a Bible study on Luke, which was written by a lady that's actually a native of Mississippi.
Okay.
So it's a very in-depth study of Luke. And Thursday mornings, we have the Joy of Living group, and they meet, and they're studying Judges, and then they'll follow it by Ruth. They'll be ready for Ruth by the time they get finished with Judges. And then in the fall, in the spring, we haven't announced what we're doing yet, but there'll be other Bible studies to be offered on Wednesday nights and Thursday morning. And then we also offer one in the summer as well. So there's lots of opportunities for women to be involved in a small group Bible study.
Awesome.
Liz, I've heard that y'all have a theme this year. Can you tell us more about that?
We do. Our theme this year is celebrating the goodness of God, and it comes from the Psalm 145, specifically verse 7, 8, and 9 in those verses. And as a women's ministry team, we met and had a retreat back in February, and the Lord just really impressed upon my heart. I was doing some studying in Psalms, and that Psalm just spoke to me. And so we need to be celebrating the goodness of God every single day. And so everything that we've planned this year, we've tried to plan around ways just to celebrate the goodness of God.
That's great.
I don't know if I'm going to want to leave that theme or not. We'll see what the Lord has, but it's been a really sweet to think about and just meditate on that.
Yes.
And I think we, as part of our, Miss Lisa can attest to this, as part of our staff meetings, we devote and we may not do it as well as we need to, but we try to, what do you have to celebrate? Because a lot of times we get so caught up in, I've got to do this, we got to do this, we got to plan this. And in our own lives, we can be so caught up with everything we have to do and worry and anxiety about the things that are upcoming or whatever the case may be that we, at least I do, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I can tend to not celebrate God and not celebrate His goodness. And even if it's not showing up in tangible ways in my life, so I may be going through a struggle or I may be hard things going on, God is still good.
Yes, good.
And so I think that's a powerful reminder that we all need, that I know I do, and I think we probably all do, need to be reminded of just taking that time to celebrate God, to celebrate His goodness.
And each event that we've had this year, we've had a lady give a testimony of God's goodness in different ways, encouragement and all kinds of different ways. So we're trying to give ladies more opportunities to share how God has been good to them.
Yeah, awesome. I love hearing. We've a few weeks ago in our Sunday morning service, we had some testimonies from people about generosity and about serving, and I just think that's powerful when we hear other people's stories, because often there's other people around that have gone through something that can be a benefit through whether it's hardship or something to celebrate or whatever the case may be. So those opportunities to testify to that is awesome. So thank y'all so much for, I'm tickled with that theme too. I'm glad y'all have used it, and it's been a blessing. So
it has been a blessing.
All right, well, we are going to transition now to our upcoming events segment, and we just want to thank all of our volunteers who have helped with recent events. Miss Lisa, I'm going to let you speak specifically to the Barnyard Bash. You headed up the Longview portion of that, so would you like to share any specific thank you?
Yes, we had, Saturday was our 4th annual Barnyard Bash for our special needs families in our community. It was a great day. We got to meet and fellowship with lots of families, and our Longview family, the volunteers there were just amazing. We had people giving hay rides. We had our church family out there doing side-by-side rides. We had manning tents. We had people helping with preparation, helping with packing up. Every aspect we had our volunteers there. So I appreciate that so very much. We couldn't do it without all our volunteers. And we had a few that were there all day with us on Friday and all day there with us on Saturday, and that helps tremendously.
Awesome, thank you. And I just want to thank you too, church family, that it's you don't know what a blessing. You may think, well, my part was small. No part is small, and it is always such an encouragement and a blessing to us that you care,
Yes.
and are willing to go and be a part of that. And speaking of needing volunteers, we've got our fall festival coming up on October the 27th, the Sunday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. We still need candy donations. Remember, no nut products, and we still need help. And so, if you're willing to come, even if you don't have an assigned place to be, this is an awesome opportunity to be able to share the love of Christ with individuals. So there's going to be people on our campus that don't go to church anywhere, but they're going to bring their child to play games and to get candy. And so we'd love for you to be here. We'd love for you to come, even if you're not running around or plugged in and volunteering at any station, just share, having a conversation, welcoming somebody to our campus, asking them about their lives, finding out how you can pray for them, pointing them to the love of Jesus. So we need you, and so we want the Fall Festival to be a great opportunity, an outreach opportunity, fun for the kids, but also a way to touch our community. So just please help us in that regard. Make a note to use that time to be able to love on our community with the Fall Festival, October the 27th.
All right, Miss Liz. Holiday dinner, women's holiday dinner is coming up, and I know tickets have been on sale now for over a week.
Or 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Already lost track when we started. We started the end of September. We've sold over 200 tickets.
Oh, wow.
So if you're,
We still have
some left.
Okay.
I definitely encourage you to go ahead and order those, because some people are purchasing 4, 5, 6 tickets. It is a great opportunity for outreach. You got a neighbor, maybe someone that's unchurched. This is a great way to invite them without it being intimidating. A nice dinner, and we have speaker is Rita Sweat, who has been to our church several times. It's been a while, and she is just an amazing speaker. So we're excited to have her, and that's November the 17th. It's a Sunday from 5 to 7.
So if you want to come, get your tickets now.
Get your tickets now.
They can get them Wednesday nights,
Sunday morning at the kiosk in the Connect Center, and online.
Okay.
All right. Well, we also, speaking of November, and November 17th will be right around the corner, but before that in November, we have a special weekend where we want to make a difference in our community. That phraseology you've seen and heard before about make a difference. We say magnify, multiply, make a difference. And SENDesoto is a very powerful way that this church has done a few years before I got here, but I think it's awesome to be able to go and make a difference, go in DeSoto County to make a difference. And so SENDesoto is coming up. It is November the 9th and 10th. We will have more information coming available, and so we want to invite you to block that weekend off. It'll be a time of being able to, there'll be various projects to help individuals to go and to minister in various ways. So I know how weekends fill up and as with people's busy lives, so we just want to let you know ahead of time. Block that weekend off. Plan to come, invest in your church family, but also make a difference here in our community. SENDesoto. Operation Christmas Child, packing shoe boxes is always a part of that. And so our collection date is going to be that weekend, Sunday, November the 10th. That's always one of the projects is to pack those boxes and get those ready. So if you'd like to pack your own box and bring, we want you to do that too. And so there's information available on our website about how to do that, what to include, what not to include, because there's plenty of things they won't let you put in those boxes.
And that does change a lot. So it is important each year to look at that, because once they, see that an item that maybe we've been using every year, they may have a reason why that shouldn't be sent anymore. So it's always good to check that out.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll pack your box, have it ready that weekend, November the 10th, but you can find that information on our website. and be able to determine more about what to do and how to pack it.
Got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, Derrick, we're talking about everything that's coming up, but I do have to stop for a minute and say, I noticed somebody over here between you and Liz. Do you know anything about her?
I do know about her, and you know about her, and you know
Yeah.
about her, and you should know about her. This is Lottie Moon, and this is actually a true-to-life representation. Lottie was a short lady, gave her life to missions involvement in China, invested herself there. We celebrate the impact, the enormous impact that she had on world missions and on giving for missions by the offering that is taken up by Southern Baptist churches all over the world during the Christmas season. And so, remember I mentioned about our sermon series on Zephaniah and the focus on the nations. Well, we're going to be launching our Lottie Moon emphasis, focus, sharing the giving goal for our church this season toward the Lottie Moon Christmas offering. And so there's going to be some stuff up in our lobby about Lottie Moon, and about the offering, and about what it goes to and how it impacts missions and missionaries all over the world as we focus in on that study in the Old Testament book of Zephaniah and the nations calling upon the name of the Lord. So we're excited about that. And when you think about Lottie Moon, you think about Christmas offering, and Christmas is right around the corner. We talked about November events.
And I hear we've got a special thing going on for our choir
We
for
do
Christmas.
have a special thing. We are very excited about A Longview Christmas. And so Longview Heights will be teaming up with Longview Point. Those choirs, those worship teams, those orchestras will be combining to do A Longview Christmas. And it'll be here. We will be hosting it on Sunday, December the 15th at 6 p.m. There's not only those combined choirs, we're going to have combined kids choirs, worship teams, orchestras,
That's gonna be
musicians. It's going to be
amazing.
incredible.
Yes.
We teamed up last year, Longview Heights, Longview Point, and some other North Mississippi churches teamed up to lead worship at the Mississippi Baptist Convention, and kind of ahead of that to practice and get together. We hosted a night of worship here. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was awesome, and we
It was
heard so much
amazing.
great feedback, and so we're excited about that. Excited about Brother Blake being able to share more about what that's going to look like, but we encourage you, go ahead, make your plans as you're marking off dates and so forth. Sunday, December 15th, you're going to want to be here. It's going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome thing.
All right, Miss Liz, as our special guest today, you get a treat. We get to play a game, and you get to pick our game. Yeah.
Yeah, that stresses me out. I'm not good at games.
We're not either.
We're not either.
We have fun with it, though.
Okay.
All right, so choice one, is it AI or is it Jesus?
Oh.
Number two, wrong answers only. Back to school edition. Number three, real or fake, weird U.S. holidays.
Oh.
Oh, is that
Or
another
off
one?
the cuff. We have 4 choices.
Oh my goodness.
Number 4 is off the
Oh
cuff.
my goodness.
Ooh.
Um,
And your choice is?
how about real or fake weird U.S. holidays?
I was
right.
hoping you would pick that. That one looks pretty fun.
AI, I don't think so.
All right, so how to play. The United States has a lot of weird holidays. If you're on Facebook, you see that all the time.
Yeah.
They keep adding all these weird
I
things.
think they do.
All right, in each round, decide whether the given holiday is real or fake. All right, so now I have to keep score.
Yeah, okay,
I have to do it on my
keep
finger.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Derrick, you get the first one.
Okay.
Looks like it's Scotch Tape Day. Is that real?
As ridiculous as that sounds, I'm going to say that is real. That is a real holiday.
It is real. You get one. Look, on my finger. One.
One.
All right.
Celebrated in January.
Liz, this
Okay.
one's yours. National Fake Mustache Day.
National Fake Mustache Day. Okay. I'm going to say that's fake. Is it real?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1. All right, Derrick, this one's yours. Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day.
All right, I'm gonna let me preface my answer. This ought to be a holiday because who does not appreciate bubble wrap? But I'm gonna say that's fake.
All right.
No, you should have gone with
I should have gone with my gut.
Real. Whoever knew that? No.
I would have probably said real because everybody loves to punch those little.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Liz.
Okay.
National Surprise Someone with a Sandwich Day. I would want somebody to surprise me with something much more than a sandwich. All right. Real or fake?
I'm going to say fake.
Fake.
Oh.
All right. So Derrick 1, Liz 2. All right, now it's Derrick's turn.
I think I got the hard ones.
National Gorilla Suit Day. Is it real or is it fake?
That I'm gonna say that's fake.
Celebrate on January the 31st.
And all of mine have been in January, I think.
No.
All right. All right, Liz. National Boop Your Dog's Nose Day.
I'm going to say fake, but if that's real, that is ridiculous.
That's fake. All right, Derrick 1, Liz 3.
I am way behind. Yes, that's got to be real.
Gotta be.
That has got to be
Derrick,
real.
it's National Lost Sock Memorial Day.
Got to be real.
It's real. All right, 2 for you, 3 for Liz.
It's real at my house
It's real
all the
at-
time.
Oh
Yes.
no, Liz. I'm scared that this one might actually be real. National Chocolate Covered Insect Day.
Okay. I'm going to say real.
Real. All right, 4 for you. Derrick, Pet Rock Day.
That is, it's got to be, it's so ridiculous, it's got to be real. Got to be real.
Oh.
I would have
Fake.
said real.
I would have thought real too. All right, Liz, National Barbie in a Blender Day. Wow.
Okay. I'm going to say fake.
Real.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Derrick 2,
That's terrible.
Liz 4.
That is. I don't even know what that means.
And that was on my anniversary. That's terrible.
Oh, that's it.
That
We're
wasn't
done. Derrick 2, Liz 4. All right.
Honestly, yeah.
And we learned so much.
We did.
We did. We did.
That I did. I had no idea. Barbie in a blender
blender.
Barbie in a blender.
was.
Now I'll
you said that
remember
was
it
on your
because it's on my wedding
There
anniversary.
you go.
That's what you can give Jim next year.
We do need a new blender, though. The
You put a
blender.
Barbie in it, you'll probably need another new one.
That's right. It would destroy it for sure. All right, so our next segment is we like to highlight a ministry here at the church. So our ministry spotlight segment. So Miss Liz, I want to ask you if you would like to highlight what ministry you would like to highlight in this episode.
So I'm going to highlight the Pregnancy Care Center that's in Southaven. That's a ministry that our entire church supports. We have the baby bottles that sit down on the
Okay.
Target side, because I can't ever remember if that's the west side, the east side, that you can put coins in, and then we turn that in. And this is it's just they volunteer, but they offer services like free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, counseling, just trying to, maternity items, just trying to encourage moms, especially moms that come in that might have unexpected pregnancies or unwanted pregnancies, to just come along and support them and support their baby. And so we're excited to continue to do that. And back in May and June, we had a baby bottle campaign.
Right.
And that in honor of Mother's and Father's Day. And the church was very generous, and that we collected during those 2 months about $1,400.
Awesome.
So very excited.
Yeah. What an awesome ministry to come alongside individuals who they're desperate
Right,
at that point in time.
right.
And so you've got individuals and volunteers that are able to come alongside with the love of God and the love of Christ and truth about the value of life. And to support those in that situation. So.
Well, now we're going into our volunteer highlight segment. And who would you like to highlight as your volunteer this week?
So I am very thankful for the team of ladies that make up the women's ministry team. I do appreciate them and all the ladies that come along and volunteer and participate in women's ministry. But the person that I want to highlight today is not a lady, it's a gentleman, and it's Donnie Payne. Donnie Payne very faithfully collects these bottles, takes them home, and he counts the money, he and his dad, and then turns it in. And when I spoke with him before we started the campaign in May, I said, this is what we're going to do. Are you okay?
Right.
Counting, possibly a lot more money. And he was so excited about it. So he and his dad counted mostly coins, some bills, $1,400.
Wow.
And then he turns it into the office. And so he just kind of takes care of that and puts the bottles back out. And he's been in the hospital and he's in rehab. And so I am praying for full recovery for him, but I do appreciate what he does.
Absolutely. Donnie's a blessing to me, a blessing to our church family, and so thankful you chose to highlight him and his volunteer work with these bottles in the Pregnancy Care Center.
Well, Miss Liz, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's been a treat hearing more about the ministries you do and just having you here with us.
It's been a pleasure.
You can keep up with current Longview events at events.longview.church or on the Longview app. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Miss Liz. Thank you, Miss Lisa. We're glad you joined us as well. Thank you for joining us for episode 5, and we'll see you next time on the Life at Longview podcast.